You ever wake up one day, look out your window, and see your private dock crawling with strangers? Lawn chairs, kids cannonballing, some woman in a hat barking orders like she owns the lake. Yeah, that happened to me. And let me tell you, that was the day I realized solitude, real, honest-to-God peace, has an expiration date. Welcome to the battle for Little Pine Lake, where forged maps, flaming trash bins, and HOA power trips come standard. Buckle up, because this isn't a lakeside fairy tale. This is war with lawn chairs. It was July, hot enough to fry an egg on the porch rail, when I first noticed my uncle's old place wasn't quite as invisible as I'd hoped. He'd left me this house, cedar-framed, porch wrapped around like a bear hug, thick pines keeping the world at bay, and a dock that stretched out into Little Pine Lake like it was shaking hands with the sunrise. My uncle, God rest his soul, was a former DA and a wizard with land records. There wasn't a property line, permit, or easement he hadn't notarized, triple-filed, and probably sent a certified letter about. I'd just finished restoring the dock. New planks, reinforced rails, a solar canopy for shade. Hell, I even put in motion lights. I thought I'd built a little sanctuary. In the mornings, coffee in hand, listening to the frogs in the water, I'd swear I'd made it. Until one Saturday when I was jolted out of bed by music, loud, shrieking, the kind of Bluetooth speaker nonsense that'd scare the fish right out of the lake. I peek out the window. My dock looks like a county fair. 10, maybe 12 people, folding chairs everywhere, towels flung over my rails, kids splashing, and there, right in the middle, a woman with a straw hat and the confidence of a war general. I throw on jeans, no shirt, not angry yet, just confused. Maybe they wandered too far, right? Happens. I step out, and before I even say a word, hat lady spins, hands on hips. Oh, you must be the new guy. That's how she greets me, like I crashed her barbecue. I live here, I tell her, keeping my voice calm. This is private property. You're all trespassing. She gives me a slow once-over, like she's deciding if I'm worth her time. This dock has been open to the community for years. I've been tanning here every summer for over a decade. That may be, I say, but this property line hasn't changed. It's always been private. Dock's on the deed. You're gonna have to leave. And then she flips the switch. Entitled becomes combative. You don't have the right to block access to a public lake. Shared water, shared shoreline. Everyone here knows that. I'm Karen Murphy, president of the Cedar Hollow Homeowners Association, and I can assure you, you're mistaken. Oh boy. I'm not part of your HOA. I tell her, never was. This land is outside your community. Tax maps, GIS, you can look it up. That gets her fired up. Don't you dare lecture me on property lines, she spits. You think because you threw some planks over the water, you get to dictate who comes and goes? I'm calling the county. You'll be lucky if they don't force you to rip the whole damn thing out. The crowd shifts, towels being gathered. One dad mutters an apology, hustles his kids off. But Karen? She plants herself like she's guarding Normandy. I calmly pull out my phone, start recording. This is private property. If you don't leave, I'll call the sheriff and report a trespass. She laughs in my face. Oh, please do. I'd love to see you try. She stands her ground 2 full minutes, then finally stomps off, hissing legal threats under her breath. That was the first shot fired, and I knew she wasn't going away. That night, I chained the dock, posted no trespassing signs, and uploaded Karen's rant to the cloud for insurance. Filed a report with the sheriff, sent a certified letter to the HOA. Dock and shoreline are private, stay off. I didn't want to fight, but I wasn't going to let the HOA rewrite my uncle's legacy with a sun hat and a clipboard. Next Saturday, my phone buzzes with alerts, motion sensors at the dock. I look out, and there they are again. 5 adults, kids, Karen center stage. She's not yelling. No, now she's pacing, gesturing wildly at a guy with a camera. Local news. Of course. I stroll down, phone recording. Karen spots me, puts on a smile faker than store-bought whipped cream. There he is. This is the man denying our entire community access to our lake. Our lake! I laugh. Ma'am, that's a private dock on private land, and you're trespassing again. Did you not get the letter? Reporter steps up, all polite. Would you like to give your side? Sure, I say. This land's been private since before most of you had email. I got deeds, surveys, permits, you name it. Dock's legal, always has been. These folks? They're trespassing. Karen jumps in, her voice rising. He moved in 6 months ago and walled off the whole shoreline. The kids used to swim here every summer. Now they can't. He put up chains like it's Alcatraz. The news runs with it, Sweeping lake shots, kids splashing, nowhere near my place, and Karen talking about protecting community heritage. They call me the reclusive homeowner. Anchor closes with, "Who really owns the shoreline?" Cute. That's when the mail starts. Anonymous notes, "You can't steal nature. We know where you sleep." One's just a photo of my dock with "Traitor" in red ink. Then Thursday night, I smell burning plastic, run down, find someone set my trash bin on fire right at the dock steps. Didn't catch, thank God for the rain, but too close for comfort. Camera footage shows a figure in a hoodie lighting the match. Turns out it's Jason, Karen's brother-in-law. Petty vandalism, but it adds up. I press charges, upgrade my setup, infrared trail cams, spotlights, steel chain with a tamper alarm. New sign. You light it, you bought it. Subtle. Monday I walk into the gas station. People look away, some stare, bulletin boards got a new flyer. Protect our community access. Stop the dock lockdown. My dock's circled in red. Online petitions got 800 signatures, some real, some Docky McDockface. But it's clear, I'm officially the villain. Holly Mason, my attorney, calls. "They're doubling down," she says. "It's not just Karen now, the HOA is pulling the strings. They're making this look like some civic battle for nostalgia, but it's a land grab, pure and simple." Right on cue, I get a certified letter. County hearing scheduled. HOA claims I'm blocking a communal shoreline. Maybe built my dock without the right permit. I laugh, call Holly, she's already digging out permits, surveys, the whole 9 yards. "Your uncle was annoyingly thorough," she says. Paperwork beats politics. Then comes the twist. Holly gets a PDF from the county. HOA submitted a map, 1994 recreational overlay plan, showing my whole shoreline as community use. No dock, no parcel lines, just a big gray blob. "That's fake," I say. Holly's careful. "Not exactly fake, just not official. Not in county records, and it contradicts everything else. They probably made it themselves." I drive to the clerk's office, ask for every map from 85 to 2000. Clerk pulls out the real 1994 survey, my uncle's name, dock clearly marked, property lines clean. No shared anything. Clerk smirks. HOAs love to edit old plans, but those overlays never hold up in court. I scan it all, back it up twice. This isn't about a dock anymore, it's war. A few days later, someone rips down my sign and snips the motion sensor wire. Clean, professional. I fix it myself, add another sign. Tampering with security equipment is a felony. Holly calls. HOA is submitting a geospatial analysis. Claims your dock encroaches 5 feet onto public shoreline. I almost spit my coffee. Public shoreline doesn't even exist here. Exactly, Holly says. But it's ammunition. We'll subpoena the firm for metadata. If it's fake, we'll know. That night, unknown number texts me. "Don't forget what happened to the last guy who fenced off the lake." I pour a bourbon, sit out on my dock under the security lights, watch the water ripple, peaceful, like it's daring me to quit. But I'm not going anywhere. Next morning, Holly has more news. Whistleblower, Richard Lee, former HOA board member, testifies the board voted to pressure me into cooperating. He's got emails from Karen. With enough heat, he'll cave. If not, we'll give the county a version of the map they'll believe. Holly laughs. It's a gift from the HOA gods. Night before the hearing, my cam catches someone pacing along the tree line, sets off the light, and they just walk away. Sheriff's deputy asks, "You thinking about private security?" At this point, why not? Holly emails the GPS analysis. Metadata shows it's a cheap overlay. Doc photoshopped in, shadows wrong. "This is what they're bringing to a government hearing." I text. "Yep. And it's going to blow up in their face," she replies. Day of the hearing, I show up dressed sharp, folders full of paperwork, camera stills, and Holly's exhibits. Hearing room sterile, Karen's there in lavender, lawyer looking expensive. HOA's argument, decades-long community access, deep family investment, their fake map, their bogus GPS report, a TV segment painting me as the villain. Holly leans over. Let them hang themselves. Then it's our turn. Holly's calm, methodical. She lines up deeds, permits, GPS logs, survey maps with official stamps. Then she calls out the fake overlay, shows both maps side by side. Ours has lines, seals, signatures. Theirs? Not so much. She brings out the tech report, fake geospatial data, unverified coordinates. The air gets cold on their side of the room. Then Richard Lee gets up, drops the hammer, tells the panel how Karen promised to fix the map problem, and that the board's whole case was a setup. Finally, Holly plays the audio, Karen on Zoom. If we present it as historical usage, the county will buy it. They always side with neighborhoods over individuals, especially reclusive ones like him. You could hear a pin drop. Panel recesses, then comes back fast. Ruling's clear. Complaint is without merit, doc is private, any more HOA interference is unlawful. Oh, and they're referring the fake documents for criminal investigation. Karen doesn't move. Holly shakes my hand, we pack up. I glance at Karen. You could have just asked for an invite, I say. She just stares, white-knuckled on her purse. 3 days later, sheriff's office raids Karen's house, takes her computer, HOA files, her composure. Charges follow: falsifying documents, attempted fraud, tampering with evidence. News crews catch up. This time, the story's about HOA abuse, not evil dock owners. Karen's voted out, club fob deactivated, her name now mud. Jenna Ford, new interim president, calls, apologizes, offers settlement. $185,000, official letter of non-involvement, and a permanent ban on Karen within 50 feet of my property. Put it in writing, I say. She agrees. I upgrade the fence, put in a new gate, brighter lights, and for laughs add a handmade sign. Private dock. Not for HOA use. Not for Karen. Entry is prosecution. The mail carrier snaps a picture. The story drifts into legend. Locals call it Karen's folly. I call it Tuesday. Jason gets probation. Karen's trial makes her infamous. She pleads guilty to fraud, gets 14 months and a 10-year HOA ban. My mailbox floods with everything from apologies to brownies. I take the brownies. Then one October morning, there's a bouquet on my dock, note attached. You reminded us that property rights matter, but dignity matters more. Thank you. I keep the note, toss the flowers. Sentimental? Not so much, but it means something. County planner asks me to join a shoreline advisory board. I laugh. No offense, but I just finished a war. Grins. Tens maiseta prasaden. Seasons change, peace returns. My dock's got new lights, a keypad gate, and that battered sign still makes me smile. Winning doesn't look like fireworks. It's quiet water, solid wood under your boots, and not a single damn sun hat in sight. So let me ask you, what would you have done? Is justice standing up for what's yours, or is there a point where you just let it go? Drop your thoughts, your own battles, your stories of right and wrong down in the comments. Let's hear where you draw the line, and if you'd have fought for your patch of peace.